Right, 24 November 2025, and today I'm excited to be giving you the first update of the week, and this is the most action-packed update in the whole of Zimbabwe, where you get all the news in the morning, and then you are done for that day. So let's quickly go through what is going to be happening today, and then I'll show you some of the trending stories in Zimbabwe and in Africa. So this morning, we have a big story, which is the change of command or the handover of command at the Zimbabwe Zimbabwe Defense Forces. So that is going to happen today at 7:30 a.m., where PV Sibanda will be handing over to General Matatu. So we're going to have a new commander of the Defense Forces in Zimbabwe starting today. So the tenure of Valerio Sibanda ended on the 21st, and the tenure of Matatu started on the 21st. So we're going to have a new handover taking place, and PV Sibanda is going to play a new role. We don't know what kind of role he's going to play. So at about 7:30, I'll find out if there's any broadcast, and we'll bring you that broadcast. We'll look at the speeches, and we'll see what is going to be happening during the handover, which is going to take place this morning. And then we obviously have other events taking place today, and I'll let you guys know as these events come about. However, we've got more information on the passing away of Chimama. So apparently, she was bleeding before she passed away. So we're getting more details about her passing away, and we're also being told that she is the former wife of one of the prominent ZANU-PF members. So she was a former wife of a prominent ZANU-PF member. That is what is being reported. But I'll update you guys in the afternoon regarding the passing away of Chimama. As she passed away in South Africa, I'm trying to find people who know where she is. And then, as usual, we'll go over there and I'll let you guys know what is happening. So, as you know, I'm able to go to as many places as possible in South Africa. But this week, I am traveling up and down between South Africa, Cape Town, and Harare. So you see me in different places this week. Then let's quickly look at the top story of the day. So Kudakwashe is going to be holding one of the biggest rallies tomorrow at Rufaro Stadium. That is Zone 6 Inter-District meeting. So that announcement has been made through a poster. You can see that this poster says he's going to be at Rufaro Stadium tomorrow at 12. And this is to obviously continue with the campaigning. Mnangagwa has said that he's no longer going to go to 2030. And this has been communicated to everybody that people should get ready for the elections in 2028. And Kudakwashe has been holding inter-district meetings. And this is one of the biggest rallies that is ever going to hold, which is going to be obviously an attempt to go and get more support in the cities. As we are aware, ZANU-PF has been struggling in the cities, and Kudakwashe is trying to become the president of ZANU-PF and the presidential candidate of ZANU-PF. So tomorrow you should expect that is what you should expect from Tagwirei and his people. I am a bit concerned about Tagwirei's strategy because it's more about dancing and also entertainment. But where is the substance? What can attract an opposition supporter to Tagwirei? So a few years ago, before the last election, 2018, I did consulting work for Mamijuru. And what they were doing when I arrived, they were just going and doing rallies. They were going into places and Mamijuru would speak and a lot of people would dance and they would sing. So when we arrived, what I did is I introduced the new strategy, which was to analyze who are her supporters. How were they engaging with her? Where were they? Male, female, age groups. And how would she win the election? What we found was very interesting. And Tagwirei, I don't know if he's aware who is his supporters, where is he going to get his votes, what are the issues, what do these people want, and where are they? Those questions are going to be difficult questions for Tagwirei. Who are his competitors? What are people looking and seeing in Chiwenga? What are people looking at and seeing in Sanyatwe? What are people looking at and seeing in Muchangwa? Those questions, Tagwirei still has to answer. And that is going to be very important. How is he going to get a win? What about the opposition? What if Chamisa comes up and contests? Will he be able to get these voters from Chamisa? Very, very interesting to watch Tagwirei as he does what he's doing. And we'll see how it goes over there. So very, very interesting. And then let's quickly go to one of the big summits that is going to be taking place starting tomorrow. There is a big summit that is taking place of the AU and EU. That is taking place from the 24th to the 25th of November in Luanda. So Chief Fortune Charumbira has met with the EU Parliament, and he has given a speech in which he highlighted the African position on migration. So migration to Europe, he said young people from Africa should not be penalized for migrating to Europe, and the Europeans should not just take minerals from Africa without beneficiation. So this is very interesting. You can watch the quick video online here, but let me give you a snippet.
Working with the European Union.
Okay, I'm trying to get where I was. Let me get started.
We want to come up with, in our case, a model law that we are not like forcing, but it's a good law to follow on the issues of how do we deal like with critical minerals. It's a very hot topic today. That the extraction of, there's a rush. There is a rush globally for critical minerals. And if Africa does not have a proper framework of exploitation and marketing value issues.
Okay, so you can go and check it out. This is a very important 37 minutes interview or press conference between the EU and the African Union. Go and check it out. And what's happening here is that the EU and also the African Union, they meet once in a while. And these issues that are being raised by everyone. That is migration and also the extraction and beneficiation of minerals. So go check out Chief Fortune Charumbira over there. I'll be following this very closely on almost a daily basis. I'll give you an update because you saw what has happened at G20. Africa is trying to assert themselves, but without addressing these issues and having money. So one of the things raised is Africa's relationship with the EU is about aid. You know that the EU is also funding SADC. They are also trying to get into the AU. So Charumbira was saying this aid-based relationship must end because the continent is rich, but they don't have a framework for beneficiation. So they dig for gold, they dig for platinum, they dig for uranium, and they just send it away as raw materials with no beneficiation. So go check it out at the Pan-African Parliament and AU websites. And as I said, I'll be following this summit for you as it goes on in Luanda, Angola. It's starting tomorrow and it's going to end on the 25th of November. So that is the AU and EU summit starting tomorrow. Then let's quickly go into other stories. In the H Metro newspaper, there is a very sad story where one of the most prominent artists in Zimbabwe has been arrested for stealing a goat. So that is 1 or 2 goats, $1,500 worth of goats. That is Masikiri. one of the popular artists in Zimbabwe, is into goat farming, and he failed to deliver the goats, and then he was arrested in public yesterday in Chitungwiza after police set up a sting operation. He has been on the run for a while. So yesterday the police set up a sting operation where they pretended that they wanted to hire him for a show, and he arrived to pick up the money, $200, with his girlfriend Tagwirei over here. But on arrival, the police then arrested him after he arrived in an in-drive. So it seems like the goat farming is not going so well, but that is what has happened over there. And then in terms of South Africa, Duduzile Zuma has been reported to the police by her sister. This is because she has sent a group of young people who have arrived in Russia, and on arrival in Russia, instead of going to bodyguard training, they've been sent on the front to fight. And now some of them are missing, and a number of them, about 8, are family members of the Zuma family. So Nkosazana Bonganini Zuma Mngube has made a report to the police to say they want these people back. President Zuma himself has phoned the Russians and said that they will deceive them, as bring back the people. But nothing has happened so far. I hope those guys are still alive, because it's brutal. What's happening in Ukraine is brutal. You've heard President Trump saying 6,000 people sometimes die a week in those fights. Then today, Vusumuzi Ket Mashala is going to be appearing before the parliamentary committee, ad hoc committee, which is investigating the allegations by General Kwanazi. And this is one of the most anticipated appearances. It's going to be appearing from prison, from Nkosi Mapuru prison, and the whole of South Africa is awaiting this particular appearance. He is one of the biggest gangsters in South Africa, and he has captured some of the top officials and was also involved in some of the biggest criminal activities, including attempting to take out his girlfriend, Teboho Robejane, in a hit which took place right on the streets of Johannesburg. Right, let's quickly go into the newspapers. I'm going to start, let's look at South African newspapers. And in South Africa, the biggest story is the listing of Cell C. Cell C is going to be listing on the 27th, and the price of listing, according to the business day, is 26 rands 50. So we're going to see that listing taking place this week. And then let's look at the Herald newspaper of Zimbabwe. So I'm going to quickly see if the Herald newspaper is published. Normally they publish on time. So I want to check if they have a paper. Yes, so the Herald is published today. Let me show you what is in the Herald newspaper. So we have obviously in front Mnangagwa as usual. So the Herald never has anyone else on the front except Mnangagwa. So if you look at any Herald newspaper, it's not possible to have a picture of anyone who is not Mnangagwa at the front. So that is Mnangagwa with Chapo. And then one of the most interesting things here, Zimbabwe has taken a giant step against HIV with the anticipated roll-off of lenacapavir, a revolutionary long-lasting injectable for next year, scheduled for next year. So you should expect this by end of January, and you'll be able to get one injection every 6 months, and you'll be protected from getting HIV. It's a PrEP, so it's called a pre-exposure prophylaxis. So a PrEP, and it's called LEN. So look forward to that. And then Mnangagwa again, the president Mnangagwa addressed the media while flanked by Mozambican National Assembly Speaker Madam Margarida Adamugi Talapa in Maputo on Saturday. So that is Mnangagwa over here. Let's see if they fix that picture, which I showed you yesterday. Not really, it's not fixed. And then Chiwenga challenges unfair mineral extraction at G20. So you see, what is happening here is that the issues that are being raised by Charumbira on extraction are also being raised by Chiwenga at the G20. So it appears as if there is a alignment here on the fact that Africans should be sending minerals that have been beneficiated. So instead of sending gold, send necklaces. Instead of sending raw diamonds, send rings, those kind of things. That is what is being talked about over here. And then let's see what else is in this newspaper. I don't want to read the whole newspapers. I'm just looking at a few things. And then we've got ZPS, the pass out parade. Mnangagwa did a pass out here. So you can go and check it out over here. So the newspaper is a lot bigger today. Lishanda Moyas returns home, focuses on personal growth, commercial fashion. So she's going to do very well. She's the most marketed Mrs. Universe Zimbabwe. I can't even remember the other ones because of the amount of marketing that is taking place with Lishanda Moyas. Good job. Good job. Who was marketing? So let's say good job. Mini has done a great job over here. We like it. We like what she's done with Lishanda Moyas. Then let's go to the Chronicle newspaper. I want to see what is over there in the Chronicle newspaper. And every morning, I do look at these newspapers because this news, some people can't see it. If you're in Harare, you can see Chronicle. If you're in Harare, you can see the other way. If you're in Harare, you can see Chronicle. If you're in Blawa, you can see Herald. So most times, you only see it here on Gambakwe. So let's see what Chakanetsa is saying. 433 youth graduates at combined school, that is at Dadaya. And then let's see what he is saying here. Modi, call to improve cement production capacity, ropes in new players. So cement is so expensive. In places like Kariba, when we're building, we could not find cement. We had to sometimes wait a week to get a bag of cement. At that time, cement was $10. Right now, cement in Zimbabwe can go as far as $18 in cities and way more in the rural areas, including transport. It's crazy. It's very expensive, and people are building around Zimbabwe. So this issue of cement is becoming a big issue, and that is after the closure of Lafarge Cement or Kaya Cement, which collapsed last year, which is currently under liquidation. And then let's see here, notice of intention to issue a limited number of high, medium, and low commercial stands. So this is coming from Binga local board. Guys, this is very important. If you want a stand, go to Binga local board, and the price for square meters is $15. So 200 times 15 is 3,500. That is the amount that you're going to pay for a stand. So go over there and buy yourself a stand, commercial stand, $28, and low. I don't know why this one is $4, but low densities are so cheap. If you want to buy a low density stand in Binga, it's $4 per square meters. So 3,500 times 4 is 14,000. You're gonna get such a big stand in Binga. It will do so well. So go over there to Binga. I'll put this on Gambakwe so that you can see. And then foot, hand, and mouth disease is wreaking havoc in Zimbabwe. Be clean. Make sure that you wash your hands and use a sanitizer. And also go to a doctor to get medication. It's very painful for the kids if they get it. And then let's go to the Sowetan sad story that is in the Sowetan newspaper. I won't read it because you know that some of the stories I can't read here, but you can go and read the story in the Sowetan. Let's quickly look and see what else is over here. Over 300 Limpopo families left homeless after demolition of the houses. So more than 300 Limpopo families' homes were demolished because they allegedly refused to pay rent to the landowner to help with the upkeep of the land and to regularize their stay. So there's a lot of demolitions taking place here in South Africa. In the Eastern Cape, it was stopped by EFF, but in Limpopo, it has happened. There are demolitions. In Harare, there are demolitions taking place. Don't buy a residential stand without title deeds. Land is very expensive. land has become extremely expensive and it's running short. So what's happening is that if you are in Harare, proper land that has got title deeds is almost impossible to get, and the price is crazy. So people are going on to buy this land that is not titled, and it's giving them so many problems. Similarly, in South Africa, that is happening. Okay, then I don't want to read this story here. It seems like the South African newspapers are going crazy. So some of the stories I don't read. And then let's look at this accident. Truck causes 32 car pile up during heavy G20 convoy. So a huge disruption occurred when a truck plowed into 33 cars on the N14 in Kruger, Johannesburg, during heavy convoy movements heading to the Nazareth Expo Center for the G20 Summit. So guys, those convoys move fast. Those G20 guys were moving so fast. Yesterday, as I was driving from the airport, I did get passed by a convoy. Yo, those guys are fast. I've never seen such a fast thing besides me. So that is crazy. And then G20 has ended. I don't like what happened because the relationship has been damaged. So President Ramaphosa, although he appears to have won and wants to project that he has won, he has actually lost because he has had a failure to build the relationship with the Americans. And this is going to have massive impacts on South Africa. The South Africans made a lot of statements, reckless statements this week. And as everything cools down, they are going to understand what has happened. They damaged the relationship with the Americans with their posturing. So there was a lot of posturing by the South Africans regarding G20. I don't like what has happened this week because they appeared to make it look like it was them against the Americans. And it's going to make it very difficult going forward for the South Africans to work with the Americans. America is the home of capital. So most Africans don't understand. If you want your country to do well, work with the Americans. The Americans have got a lot of capital. Without the Americans, you can't do anything because they've got so much money. They have got billions and billions just waiting to invest in your country. And if you don't work with them, you will lose badly. Let's go to our people. So we're going to start with our people. And you know that our people, we love them every day. We cover them here. Let's start with Facebook. So on Facebook, that is where most official government officials have their accounts. There is Tari, one of my favorite people over here. I love it. And then let's go to Mini. So Tari does my clothing. She does a lot of my clothing. Look at her. Look at Mini. Let's see if there's music here. Okay, so that's Mini over here, looking good, and she's amazing. She is our second lady. Second lady. She is reasonable. And then let's go to Madam Boss. I'll tell you more about Mini one day. And then let's go to Madam Boss. Madam Boss was at AfriPraise, and she's posted, I'm looking for pictures. So she was in Melbourne, and she is doing so well. Look at her. Those jeans are amazing. And then let's go to President Hakainde Hichilema. President Hakainde Hichilema says, this morning with the privilege of joining the Evangelical Church in Zambia, in Matero. So look at him doing so well. One of the most followed presidents. In fact, the most followed president in the region, going to church. And then let's look at Fadzai. Let's see what Fadzai is saying today. I want to look at Fadzai. I love Fadzai. She's amazing. Let's see what she's saying. Good morning, 5 a.m. club. There are people holding their breath, waiting for you to fail. Make sure they suffocate. Yes, hold that breath forever. Forever. Don't release. So extremely saddened to hear the untimely passing of her ladyship, Justice Felicia Chatukuta. So remember that day I mentioned that she passed away and I didn't have information. Now there's a statement which says the Chief Justice of the Zimbabwe and Chairperson of the Judicial Service Commission, Honorable Justice Luke Malaba, the Judicial Service Commissioners, Honorable Felicia Chatukuta in Harare on Saturday, 22 November 2025. She was 63. So she passed away of cardiac arrest. That is what I heard. So go and check out Fadzai. So Fadzai Mahere, she's amazing. She's going to be doing so well in the future of our country. Let's look at President Dumaboko of Botswana. So Botswana doing so well. One of my favorite countries. Meet and greet session in Mount. So he did a meet and greet session. You can see him over here greeting different people with his party. So go and check it out. There's so much to cover. So I won't be able to listen to everything, but you can see that he's doing so well. He goes to the people, almost no bodyguards. Everyone loves him. President Dumaboko, umbrella democratic change. Did you see those umbrellas? Did you see how beautiful they are? So that is Botswana. These guys know how to brand their party. And it's looking amazing. They're going to be in power for years. No one beaten, no one insulted. Apana anotukwa. And then let's look at Oppo. Oppo, I like him, but anomborasika. Most time is fine, but anomborasika. So he's talking about we have them on this page. So that is the meeting which I gave you last week. And then do not borrow money from to fund a lifestyle. So go check out Oppo. He covers most of the news. I would be so foolish to keep going, following the social media page. That makes me angry. If this page upsets you, please unfollow it instead of complaining on every post. So let's see what is flying to now. So that is Oppo flying. Amazing stuff. So let me tell you something about me. I never read the comments if I'm not here live with you. So if I'm not live with you now, even if you insult me, I don't read. I don't know what you said. So you better be nice to me because I will ignore you so badly. Then let's look at Chamisa. Chamisa is now in the United States of America. According to his Facebook, Chamisa is now in America. So let's start with Chamisa and see why he's telling people he's in Zimbabwe when he's in America. But the good thing is that my office and Chamisa's office are right close to each other in Harare. So next week, I'll be able to tell you what's happening with Chamisa. Also, my office and Mnangagwa are right next to each other. So let's see what happens next week. And then you see that he hasn't posted. Let's look at Sanyatwe. Anselam Sanyatwe is going to be one of the candidates in 2028. He's going to be contesting. You're going to see it. He's coming. And then let's look at First Lady Zimbabwe. So it's going to be tough. This ZANU-PF is going to change. By January, you're going to see a very big change in ZANU-PF. So Wamamoyo, Awasati wa poster. Let's see what Opa Mchinguri over here. And let's see if she's posted. So she last posted on 19. And then who else have I left out? President of Zimbabwe, President E.D. Mnangagwa. I like Mnangagwa after he decided not to go to 2030. I like it. So 15 hours ago, he says, I've returned from Mozambique, where I co-chaired the BNC with President Chapo. We agreed to deepen cooperation in trade, security, infrastructure, and border management. So more pictures. This is what I like. Someone is working. So this is looking good. OPC, Ndoshika Papo. Very soon. Mundiona. Monakizwa. Mukandiona pa OPC. Ndashika. Morega zvese zvamunoita. Motanga kutaura. Na Gambakwe. So I think we've covered everything. Let's look at the comments over here. Stop with your predictions, Gambakwe, because you always lie. I always lie. Definitely is misleading people. And then that is Oppo. Kariba, home project, Yaba Papi, Toda Kudzoka Kumusha. Right. So let me explain, guys, about the Kariba project. So about 4 years ago, myself and my wife, we left here and went to Kariba. During our visit in Kariba, we identified land, a lot of land. So there's lots of land pieces that were identified. We then had one project which we started where 15 Zimbabweans came together. We bought a piece of land for $39,000. And then on those $39,000 pieces of land, we built a unit for the transfer to be done. So this is going to be a business where there are 15 chalets and 2 businesses. So there's going to be a spa and a shop, and then there's going to be 14 or so chalets. And what has happened is that out of the 15 people at Kariba, 4 people have paid up. The rest of the people have not paid up their monies that they were supposed to pay. And therefore, I've had to pay money from my own pocket. In total, about $50,000 from my own pocket, which I've had to pay for various activities. However, I've gotten assistance, obviously, from other people, including some people who I won't mention. Otherwise, I wouldn't have managed to keep it up. Then at the moment, what happened is that we have been obviously having issues at court, where the other guys went to court and said they wanted certain things to be done. I've shared the court papers. If you go to Gambakwe and type Kariba court papers, everything is over there. Everything's above board. And the Kariba project is still available, is still running. As we speak right now, we've got construction taking place at Kariba, and it's going to be going on. However, due to the length of the time that it has taken, we've proposed to sell the property. So in the next week, by Friday, we're going to have a meeting to finalize the process of selling the property so that we totally get out of the Kariba property. But I won't get out of Kariba. So I will continue at Kariba, and you see me over there doing my work in Kariba. So look forward to me, the Kariba people. I have not left Kariba like I left Parliament. So I left Parliament, but I'm not going to leave Kariba. So we'll give you updates as this thing happens. So I love Kariba so much. Kariba needs to have a city center. And according to the master plan of Kariba, there's going to be a city center which is going to accommodate 30,000 people. And one of the things that we want to do in Kariba is to build a hospital, a cancer hospital. And I'm already in the process of that cancer hospital. So I wish I did my pictures here so that I can show you the stuff that we're planning to do in Kariba. So much. In Harare, I'm currently talking to people so that we can establish a place where media people can come, social media people can come and do their work. And I'm right now in the middle of talking to various parties, including some top people that you don't know. So we're talking to them. I've approached so many people. Anna Muchangwa, Anna Java, and actually we've been talking about this project for a long time, where I'm saying, let's have a place where young social media people can come. There's fast internet. They're able to sit there. They're able to eat. They're able to do a lot of stuff and to get content from Zimbabwe. Do you know that no one in Zimbabwe can stream? If you try to stream from Zimbabwe, your network is not able to carry the stream. Right now, I can stream here at 1080. So it's almost as if I'm with you. I can double the quality, but in Zimbabwe, you can't even stream. It's like when I went to Zambia, I could not stream. So I could not move my office to Zambia. You saw that I went there, attempted to move my office. I couldn't because I can't stream. So that is what we're trying to sort out. I want you guys to understand that Kariba is going to be my home, including Chivayo. You're saying, did I approach Chivayo? I've never approached Chivayo. But on this project of creating a hub for media, I don't think if I approach Chivayo, you blame me. That is, if he's got money and if he wants, that is amazing. You throw away the towel in everything. Why? Nothing of yours comes to pass. We've been running for 4 years. How did I throw in the towel? So, unfortunately, if I don't do something, who's going to do it? Come to think of it, who's going to do it? Why are we penalizing our own context? Africa, fix Africa before you fix Europe. We are given names in South Africa. What more in Europe? Yes. So I think we've covered everything. Let's see if I've left someone else here that I've not looked at. As I said, Chamisa appears to have moved to the United States of America. So I don't know if this is true, but look at this account. It says if you move to America, your account now says where you're best, so that you don't lie. So Nelson Chamisa appears to have moved to the USA, or the person that is moving, who is using his account, who is managing account, is in America. So there are two possibilities: that Chamisa himself is in the USA, or the person that is managing his account is in the USA. So don't take this one way. Take it many ways. I've got nothing against Chamisa. He's my homeboy. From my village to Chamisa's village, you can walk. And if I leave at 6 a.m. by 8, similar to Job Scala, 14 minutes drive from my home in Gambakwe village up to his village. I don't know if he's moved or not. Ngarivume tofamba tosvika padhuze vese vanhu ava vanhu vekumasvingo hapana kana zvavanotiita ana Mnangagwa vanhu vekumusha kwedu vese. So these are all our people, so much love for everybody, and there's nothing to fight for. Probably this week I'm going to go to Cape Town. Ndoda kuona mufana wezora anonzi anoni uyu 0.5 ndoda kusvika ndichimusvikira, ndoda kuita live naye one day. Ndoda kumutora ndoenda pahotel pangu tobeta live ina 0.5 mofara here. If you like it, say like. I've been Cape Town this week. Tombodaidza mufana uyu kulendi anonyeba kuti ari kutiza unotiza ichi muZimbabwe enda kumusha unorima. So all this fighting is for nothing. It's a joke. Zimbabwe is big enough. You get enough audience for everyone. Traore, the South region has stopped sending raw materials. I don't think so. I don't know Traore. I think Chief Charumbira is an official capacity, and what he's talking about can actually come to pass. So we'll be following Chief Charumbira a lot starting this week. I'm going to be following every day so that you guys know what's happening. Because we've been neglecting the African Union. We've been following SADC on an almost daily basis. Now we're going to be following also the African Union. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I'll see you guys within the next few hours as we watch the handover, which is going to be taking place, and then we'll also be watching the AU. You don't like Traore? Not that you don't know him. I don't know Traore. Honestly, I don't know, except what I've seen from Wodemaya. What do you know about Traore? So it's like this lady, Chuhombori, what's her name? Arikana. I actually don't know her. Like, I've tried to get into contact with her, and then some guy from another country responded. Can you believe it? What's up here? Some guy from another country responded. I say, where is the actual person? And she's not there. Then what is the other guy from Zambia? Professor, is it Professor Lumumba? I don't know those guys. So I wish I knew, but I do not know. The person that I actually know is Apostle Talent Chiwenga. That man, if I want to see him, I go on his channel, I watch him, and he's got something to say. So rest in peace, Shimama. Yes, so said. And I did not know that she was Killer Zivu's wife. So according to this channel called Kozwa, she's apparently the former wife of Killer Zivu. So that is amazing. Did you guys know that she's the wife of former wife of Killer Zivu? And then here in South Africa, she was married to someone else, according to my understanding. Or maybe she was not. I don't know. But what she told me, the last time I met, or I talked to her, I was flying from Cape Town. She asked me for help. And at that particular time, she said she wanted to travel to another place, where she wanted to hand out some papers about the case of the rainfall. And then she said she needed 500 rands for transport. And then I sent her the money. And I said, I'm going to be at a hotel right next to where you are. Come over there and let's talk. And she was like, no, I can't. My partner doesn't want me to meet people. Wara, wara, wara. That is what she said to me. So I'm telling you things that really happened, not things that I had. And obviously look at that post here by Kozwa, which says, the social media blogger Chimama is no more. She died this morning. Kozwa sources say she suspected food poisoning. She complained of her back, then started vomiting blood. Chimama is Honorable Killer Zivu's ex-wife, and the two have a son. She was a pro-Chamisa political activist. This is totally untrue. She quit CC in public. She was unveiled as a ZANU-PF supporter, and she was a Chiwenga supporter. She's not a Chamisa supporter. She loved Chiwenga so much that during the Geza Revolution, she appealed to him directly and said, Vachiwenga, visai munhu wenyu wamakatipa. She was live on Gambakwe here. Do you remember she came here in the morning and talked? So I'm going to replay one of the videos that she did with me and some of the voice notes that she did. She was so pro-Chiwenga that she left here during the Geza Revolution. She left South Africa and went to the barracks and handed out flyers ahead of the 31st of July. Sorry, 31st of March protest. She went there. I don't know how they allowed her to go in the barracks and hand out flyers. She did it. And that was crazy. No one trusts you, Gambakwe. That's why they try to stay away from me. Why do you underplay that fix? I don't care. Don't trust me. Why do you want to trust me? Do you know me? So who am I to you for you to trust me? Don't trust me. I don't trust you. Like Peter Tosh, is that even your real name? Who are you? You could be Mnangagwa right now. Typing there. So I don't trust me. I don't trust you. Don't trust me also. Pasnewe. Mgoma Peter. Pasnewe. All right. All the people who are against your West, you don't know them. Yes. I support Americans a lot. Like, there is no person who supports the United States like me. And I'm not ashamed of it. They are organized. They've got an economy that is functional. They don't kill their members after elections. So in SADC, over 1,000 people have been killed. 1,200 people have been killed after recent elections. They don't mismanage and steal. In South Africa, there is a wild west of stealing, taking place, corruption and mismanagement. They are destroying all the infrastructure they were given by the apartheid government. In Zimbabwe, you can barely drive from Victoria Falls to Bulawayo. You can barely drive from Bulawayo to Beitbridge. So those are the things that we're talking about. And don't blame the Americans if you mismanage your own country. Why do you ask people to meet you? Chimama was supposed to meet me because we're supposed to go to Rainform together. Not that I wanted to meet her for any reason. In fact, I meet people that you don't know, like that I meet. Crazy stuff. But I don't meet them for any strange reason. So it's either ZANU-PF or CC, MDC. I also go to functions. I am the only person that is on the ground. The rest of the people, they are desktop investigators. I'm an investigative journalist. Where have you ever seen you investigating? Nowhere. Right. I would like to thank all of you for watching. I've talked too much. Let me go and do my workout. So, as I said last week, we've got a special that is coming to the end. So that is 2 Mve for 1. I would like to thank everyone who's been buying. That is how I'm able to travel and fly from one place to another. So when you buy Mve, you allow me to travel up and down. So if you're in the UK, please support us. Buy 1 packet and we'll give you a free packet and also free shipping by DHL. The only genuine packet of Mve, it must be brown at the front or brownish and silver at the back. If your packet is not like that and it doesn't have my picture, it's fake. Don't buy it. Don't eat Mve that has not been verified by Gambakwe. I would like to thank all of you for watching, and I really enjoy talking to you guys. I'll see you within a short few hours, and a good day to you.